No matter where you look at the moment, we are confronted with AI and its tool almost on a daily basis. AI is already being used in many fields because it can support people in their everyday lives, their jobs, and it can help them optimize their productivity. Healthcare is no such exception. But have you ever wondered what happens if the AI tool exceptionally makes a mistake and causes harm as a result? More importantly, if an AI tool misdiagnoses or suggests incorrect treatment to a patient and the patient suffers harm? Today, we are diving into a captivating issue that explores the burning question.
Who takes the fall when AI gets it wrong? The doctor, the AI developers, or someone else? Who's responsible when an AI tool messes up? When artificial intelligence goes haywire, who bears the brunt of the blame? Stick around to find out.
Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing healthcare. AI tools are becoming indispensable in modern medicine. For example, the erstwhile IBM Watson used AI for cancer detection by analyzing genomic data of patients in light of medical data available to provide personalized treatments with high accuracy rates, or DeepMind's AlphaFold, which is an AI system that accurately predicted the protein structures of the COVID-19 virus. These AI tools are enhancing diagnostic accuracy, improving therapeutic interventions, reducing workload, improving timeliness of care, and minimizing the scope for human error. They can analyze vast amount of data quickly, spotting patterns that even the sharpest human eyes might miss. It is personalizing treatments, replacing time-consuming and repetitive tasks, and accurately predicting clinical outcomes. Sounds powerful, right? But with great power comes great responsibility. Imagine an AI that can scan thousands of medical records and images, providing doctors with highly accurate diagnosis in seconds. Feels like a dream, right? But what if this dream turns into a nightmare? What if the AI makes a mistake? According to a study published in the Lancet Digital Health, AI systems have achieved an accuracy rate of up to 87% in diagnosing diseases from medical imaging, which is comparable to human radiologists. However, another study from Nature Medicine pointed out that AI tools can have an error rate of around 7.5% in medical diagnostics. That might seem low, but in a field where lives are at stake, even a small percentage of errors can lead to significant harm. AI tools are designed to assist doctors, not replace them. However, over-reliance on AI can lead to serious consequences. When an AI's diagnosis is wrong, the patient can suffer. For instance, a report from the Journal of American Medical Association found out that misdiagnoses contribute to approximately 10% of patient deaths and 6 to 7% of adverse events in hospitals. But who should be held accountable? Is it the doctor who trusted the AI, the developers who created it, or is it a shared responsibility? Now let's take a hypothetical example where AI diagnostics went wrong and caused harm to the patient. This case will help us understand the stakes and the complexity of assigning liability. Meet Alice, a lawyer with a passion for technology and a mild obsession with gadgets. One day, after experiencing persistent headaches, she sought help from her doctor, Dr. Bob. Now, Dr. Bob is a great neurologist, but when traditional diagnostic tests didn't reveal much, he decided to try something new, an AI tool called Dr. AI. Sounds like a sci-fi villain, right? Dr. AI analyzed Alice's symptoms and confidently diagnosed an ocular issue. So Alice went for an eye surgery. Surprisingly, the surgery didn't help at all. Turns out, the real problem was a brain tumor, missed completely by our overzealous AI. Here's where it gets interesting. Alice's headaches worsened and she started experiencing vision problems. She was back to square one, only this time with more complications. When Alice finally got the correct diagnosis, it was too late for simple treatment. This raises critical questions. Should Dr. Bob have double-checked Dr. AI's diagnosis, or should the AI developers be held accountable for the tool's error? Alice's story is both shocking and a bit absurd, but it perfectly illustrates the potential dangers of over-relying on AI in healthcare. The AI's incorrect diagnosis led to a chain of events that ultimately worsened her condition. Who do you think should take the blame in this situation? When an AI diagnostic tool makes a mistake, the implications can be severe. But how do we determine liability? Let's unravel this mystery, shall we? First up, we have the doctors. Imagine you're a doctor. One moment you're saving lives, the next you're a scapegoat for an AI's blunder. Doctors are expected to exercise their judgment and expertise even when using AI tools. It's like blaming your GPS for driving into a lake. At some point, you should have noticed the water. If a doctor blindly follows an AI's diagnosis without due diligence, they might be held accountable for medical negligence under traditional tort law, for a breach of duty of care and deviation from the standard of care. They can also be liable for providing deficiency of service under Consumer Protection Act 2019. Existing legal frameworks such as the Medical Device Regulation in the European Union, the Food and Drug Administration Guidelines in the US, and the Code of Medical Ethics Regulations in India also emphasizes on the duty of care that medical professionals owe to their patients. These frameworks reinforce the need for doctors to validate AI recommendations independently, ensuring that AI tools are used as aids rather than replacements for professional judgment. Next, we have the developers of the AI tools. If the AI algorithm is flawed or the training data is biased, it leads to incorrect diagnosis. The developers could be liable under product liability laws. For instance, in the US, the product liability doctrine can uphold developers accountable for defects in their AI systems. In the EU, the EU AI Product Liability Directive imposes strict liability on producers for defective AI technology products. In India, the Consumer Protection Act 2019 and the Medical Device Rules 2017 can hold developers liable for defects and ensure that AI tools meet rigorous safety and quality standards. This raises important questions about the standards and regulations governing AI in healthcare. It's like selling a car with a faulty brake system. You can't just say, oops, our bad. Ethical frameworks such as the AI Ethics Guidelines by the European Commission and the Niti Aayog's National Strategy for Artificial Intelligence in India stresses upon transparency, accountability, and fairness in AI development, ensuring that developers uphold these principles. When an AI diagnostic tool makes an error, pinpointing who is responsible can be a real challenge. One significant factor is the black box nature of many AI systems. These systems often operate in ways that are not fully transparent even to their developers. Imagine a fortune-telling crystal ball giving medical advice. You know it's giving an answer, but you have no clue how it arrived at it. This opacity complicates the assignment of liability when things go wrong. This lack of transparency can hinder the ability to trace errors back to their source. This means that if an AI tool misdiagnoses a condition, it's not immediately clear whether the fault lies with the data it was trained on, the algorithm it uses, or the way it was implemented in the healthcare setting. This murkiness creates significant legal and ethical challenges. Another layer of complexity is added by the dynamic nature of AI systems. These systems are designed to learn and evolve over time, which means their behavior can change. While this adaptability is generally beneficial for improving performance, it also means that the AI's output can vary, potentially leading to unforeseen errors. This raises a crucial question. If an AI tool's decision-making evolves, how do we establish accountability for its mistakes? Then, there is an inadequacy of current legal frameworks to address these unique challenges. Traditional product liability laws are often not equipped to handle the nuances of AI technology. There is indeed a need for dedicated legislations specifically tailoring to AI in healthcare. This would include stringent testing requirements, clear guidelines on accountability, and continuous oversight to ensure AI tools are safe and reliable. Given these complexities, many experts argue for a model of shared responsibility. In this model, liability is distributed among the various stakeholders involved in the development, deployment, and use of AI tools. This means that doctors, AI developers, healthcare institutions all have a role to play in ensuring the safety and efficacy of AI in healthcare. It's like a relay race where everyone needs to run their part correctly, drop the baton, and the whole team loses. As AI continues to evolve, so too must our legal and ethical frameworks. Only then can we fully harness the power of AI while protecting patients from its potential risks. And remember, just because a machine says something doesn't make it a gospel. Always double check, especially if the health of a human is on the line. AI's role in healthcare is only going to grow. We are talking about a future where AI might be your first point of contact for medical advice, like having a virtual doctor in your pocket. What do you think? Should doctors be held more accountable for relying on AI, or should the blame fall on the developers? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.